I be ballin' right there where the Knicks play, get cake. Gotta make sure mama straight. Switch lanes, now they switching up, made. I've been finessing since the 6th grade. I might cut her off if it fade. Wait.
We come to you live on EA Sports, and tonight special. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull. It's Jay Williams.
Ed, we're talking about the best of the best. These guys on the court represent less than 0.001% of the world. I can't wait to see this star-studded affair.
Jay, you know the feeling as the 10 players take the court and we get ready for the opening tip. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Beverly to Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
Leonard. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Beverly. Paul George. To Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Gortat. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Lead is 2. And stuffs it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Leonard. Oh, he had him there for a second. Kawhi Leonard. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Conley. To Gobert. The drive right to the basket. And draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Rudy Gobert, couple of free throws on the way. Not the best career mark, 62%. First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Conley into the front court. Leads 3. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. So possession stays with the Jazz. To Conley. Oh, whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Patrick Beverly. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Marcin Gortat rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And he finishes at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. 3 for 6 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Jazz have the ball. buries it. Defense has to wake up.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell is that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
It's so deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Leonard to George. Leonard. His first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And scores. Great body control, Jay, as he ran down the lane.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Montrezl Harrell swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Leonard to Beverly. Leonard to Paul George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Leonard. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. To George. Down to 5 on the 24. Leonard. Jay, he missed his first 5 shots, but he finally gets one to go down from 3.
0 for 5 means absolutely nothing to me. If you make your next 10 shots, you'll finish the game 10 of 15. That'll probably get you $150 million.
Conley into the front court. Leads 4. Mitchell, tough matchup against George. Here's a chance from long range. Leonard to Beverly. Leonard. No good. That's great defense. Utah's got it. Tough make through traffic.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard. Now that's a contest. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Up 6. From the outside, no good. Rudy Gobert. 3 for 4. Good start.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Leonard. He engulfed him that time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Right player.
Can't teach height.
Mitchell with the basketball. His team on top by 8. It's a big finish. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Conley into the front court. Lead stands at 2.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Montrezl Harrell with a piece. And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Team foul number 3. Subbing in for the Utah Jazz, number 2.
Robin Lopez sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard to Beverly. Here's Leonard for 2. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Los Angeles Clippers are at the limit.
To Joe Ingles. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
That's off the side of the rim, short. Mitchell with it up top. Up a dozen. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. Leonard. Very little's gone right in this first quarter, but with that 3, you look at the scoreboard, they're back within 9.
And Ed, Rome was not built in one day. You can't rush the process. Just keep chipping away. Chip, chip, chip.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Donovan Mitchell has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers him and puts him right on balance every time.
Has a chance, he connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
And scores.
Another possession, they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Mitchell with the basketball. It's an 8-point lead. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Backcourt violation is called. Gobert. Gets a look. Can't hit. Yes. And the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Conley into the front court. Up by 6. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Nope. First one does not go. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Wade to Lopez. To Wade. Dwayne Wade, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Mitchell with it up top. Counting down towards a minute to play here in a very tight opening quarter. Wade. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Wade. Short jumper stays out.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Wade. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Lopez. Gets to the basket and scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. He'll run the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Donovan Mitchell trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Ed Davis tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Wade. Short jumper misses. Long heave from three-quarters court. That's it for the first quarter. Jazz had the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Utah with the possession. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Conley into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Dwayne Wade at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Conley into the front court. Leads 5. Nice pass to set things up. The monster stuff. Jay, we're seeing more of the same to start the second.
It's called settle for more. Just because a defender gives you space doesn't mean that you need to take the jump shot. Keep attacking the rim. It will open up eventually.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Up 5. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Mike Conley at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. To Lopez. It was right there. Conley, great pass to set it up. Easy path to the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
23, Louis
Shot no good on the drive by Conley. The follow won't go either. Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended. Mike Conley. He's 3 for 7. Curling inside. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Great dish to set it up. Grayson Allen lays it in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line. Dwayne Wade, a couple of free throws on the way. He's struggled so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Conley, knocked loose. Clippers have it. Paul George. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Passed it off. Oh, emphatic slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
To Wade. George gets it in the left corner. George shakes free and hits.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Mike Conley has got 2 shots coming. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. Missed the second as well. To Wade. To Beverly. Dwayne Wade to Paul George. "24-second violation. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
For the Utah Jazz, number 27, Rudy Gobert. And number 23.
And a nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Wade. Beverly. To Wade. Beyond the arc for 3. Like the confidence. Conley. Short jumper off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Beverly into the front court. His team down 9. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. And too much contact.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
From the outside, no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
George, man, that was a tough shot. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Wade to George. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George to Wade. LA with 4 to shoot. Wade gets a shot up off the mark.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Oh, he had him there for a second. George had made his first couple, but he misses there.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
George. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Trying to cash in. No good. Dwayne Wade. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Beverly. George. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Conley into the front court. His team on top by 8. They get it down to Gobert. Rises for the slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
George. Great defense, forcing the miss. Knock loose. Clippers have got it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Missed it at the line. Beverly to Wade. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Here comes the screen. George. It's corralled by Ingles. It's Jazz ball. Conley to Gobert. Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Wade. From long range. Paul George locked in. Hits the tough three.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Conley into the front court. Lead stands at...
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Beverly. Wade. To Lopez. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. Robin Lopez. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
In a flash, scores at the rim.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
To Wade. George. Smothering D. Utah ball. Joe Ingles to Conley. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays. Number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. His team up by 7. Cashes in for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Gortat. Nice pass to get things going.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock to Conley. Down low, it's Mitchell. Big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Add 2 points to the board.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Conley into the front court. He'll run the offense. Down to Gobert. And finishes strong.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Rudy Gobert able to recover with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Kawhi Leonard, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Clippers have it. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Jazz out in front.
The Jazz have themselves a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Utah Jazz, the Clippers aren't down by much after 2 quarters. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
Player of the half.
Mike Conley most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Jazz have the ball. Marcin Gortat, huge block. That's his 3rd block this evening. And draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2 to George. 4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
George to Leonard. George. Tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Paul George to Gortat. George.
That's his first personal foul. Team
Paul George is going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Knocks down the second free throw. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Now whistle and a timeout for Utah. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Great feed. Gobert. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
And they called a foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
George buries it.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Mitchell with the basketball. Leads 4. Conley. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Shot clock winding down. George, well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Leonard not giving up on that play. The result, a tie-up. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. George can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Here comes the screen. George. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles. Things that...
Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
And the Clippers able to clear the board. To Beverly. Leonard to Beverly. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. Shot from the lane won't go.
And it's written all over his body language. I mean, he looks frustrated, vexed, perplexed, whatever other word you want to throw at it with the X. But seriously, that body language, that's something he needs to work on.
To Paul George. For 3, Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Gortat. Screen coming. Leonard to George. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there. Conley to Gobert. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
George. Rebounds pulled in by Gobert. Conley into the front court. Up by 6. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Clippers have got it. Hat-trick Beverly. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Leonard. Beverly. To Leonard. Fires the three. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Paul George to Leonard. To Paul George. Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Leonard. And the rebound taken down by the Jazz. Across the timeline, it's Conley. His team on top by 8. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Oops. He missed the first one. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Lopez. Leonard. Textbook defense. To Joe Ingles. And the basket good at the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Grayson Allen to Joe Ingles. Conley goes to the left side. Driving right to the basket. A lot of contact. No whistle. Whoa! What a finish. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Conley into the front court. Up 6. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Lou Williams. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Conley into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Gobert. Clippers have it. Just not going down. To Conley. Ed Davis, good touch.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or a thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
Utah's got it. Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
And the rebound comes down to Utah. Across the timeline, it's Conley. It's an 8-point lead. Down low for Gobert. old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the... But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Williams. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Williams to Lopez with a drop step. Robin Lopez. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First try, no good. Misses the second, and a putback slam.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Joe Ingles. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. The follow won't go either. Jumper's good.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Count the basket at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Short jumper stays out.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And counted at the rim.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Number 13, Paul George.
To Gobert. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Make the next one.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Joe Ingles to Allen. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. The follow won't go either. George, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Footer at the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. A nice advantage so far for the Jazz. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Stuffs it down with authority. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Mitchell to the basket, but he can't get it to go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Utah with the possession. Drives, but a shot won't go down. Nice finish at the rim.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Eight seconds. It's going the other way. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Leonard to Williams. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Great feed, sets it up. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Clippers have the basketball. Curling inside. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
And count the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Just a tic-tac foul.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
In the game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 5,
Knocked loose. Ingram against Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
And draws the foul.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Paul George at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. 2 for 2 on that trip. Grayson Allen. And scores. Strong take.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
Strong finish for Paul George.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finishing. It's all business.
It's Jazz ball. Paul George pins it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Grayson Allen. Montrezl Harrell with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Slams it down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Count the basket inside.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Scores from the post.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Utah ball. Clippers have got it. Here's Leonard for 2. Add 2 points to the board. Conley into the front court. Up by 3. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Count the bucket for 2.
This is like a boxing match. If you fight against a great boxer, if he keeps jabbing you at the face, eventually that body will open up